Welcome to the Rotoscopers YouTube. My name is Chelsea Robson.
And I'm Morgan Stradling. And today we are going to be talking about the masterpiece, the classic, one of the best films that Disney has ever put out.
Okay.
There's two of them.
Oh no.
It's a combo pack. So good that Disney had to put both of these movies on the same DVD.
That's a load of crap.
Cinderella 2 and 3.
Oh man.
It's good. Not really.
Oh man. See, these are the types of movies that Morgan hands to me and says, "Hey Chelsea, you want to review something? I got something."
Yeah, because I won't touch these with a 10-foot pole. I have high standards, okay?
So she just gives them to me, and then me and Marissa have an enjoyable time, and I kind of want to gouge my eyes out, but you know.
But you like it.
I don't. Oh. So Cinderella 2, let's give you a little bit background on that one. Cinderella 2 is basically just a conglomeration of random clips from Cinderella in her life after the palace.
Ooh, after the happily ever after.
Yeah, which, I mean, what kind of a problem are you going to have if you're going to be happily ever after?
Your life's perfect, okay? No.
Nobody cares.
Cindy, please. One of these clips is where Cinderella, she's kind of adjusting to palace life, and she realizes, you know, they're not doing things my way. They're not doing things the way I like. That's being really dramatic, but essentially she wants to show them a better way to live their lives or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a growing moment, supposedly. So the other one is about Jack, or Jacques. Jack? Lots of different names of this guy. I guess he was bitten by the human bug, you know, that night when the pumpkin turned into a carriage and he kind of helped with it. Yeah, so he's decided he's done with being short. He wants to be a human, and so fairy godmother helps him out, and I'll just reel it. He doesn't stay a human.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cinderella 2 is bad. This
really
is
bad.
Probably one of the worst direct-to-video sequels that Disney has ever put out.
Ever.
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 It's not good.
No. Not.
It's embarrassing, okay? Avoid this at all costs.
Number 3 was not quite as bad. I mean, it actually had something we call a plot.
Ooh.
We're moving up in the world. So Cinderella 3, actually, it tries to dive into the, you know, Back to the Future realm of what's going to happen if we change one little thing in time. So basically it's saying, what would have happened if the shoe actually fit one of the other sisters?
You don't do that.
So anyway, the whole thing, it hurts to watch, but it's...
I thought it was okay.
Okay. Yeah, it still hurts.
So what happens is it's the 1-year anniversary of Cinderella and the Prince, and they ride off in their beautiful white horses to, you know, somewhere in the forest, and Anastasia sees them. She's like a little Snoop, and she follows them, which is like really creepy. And the fairy godmother appears, and Anastasia realizes, oh, Cinderella's a fraud. She did this all with magic, which apparently you're not allowed to do things with magic because,
of course not.
Yeah, no help. Okay?
Well, only if she's not allowed to have magic.
So
if we're gonna have magic, I need equal magic.
For everybody, right?
Yeah.
Hey, she has her own fairy godmother. Where'd she? Sorry that your fairy godmother sucks. Never appeared. Cinderella has a really good one who, you know, does her duty.
You know, shows up. You had your mom to do your bidding. You're fine.
Yeah. So anyways, Anastasia steals the magic wand, changes events through the help of, you know, her sister and the stepmom. Well, it's her real mom. And Anastasia is the one who the slipper actually fits. And then she gets to be the one to eventually marry the prince, which the stepmother, like, wants this to happen, like, ASAP. So she plans it, like, that afternoon. We're getting married.
We'll be married in the morning.
And even the Grand Duke is like, oh, really? Seriously. So
she knows the value of time.
Yes, a twist in time, right? So, I mean, the thing I don't like about this movie is, okay, it all gets resolved, you know, happily ever after, of course. It would be crazy if Anastasia actually stayed the one marrying the prince.
Sucks to be you, Cindy.
They're like, we didn't really like that original ending anyways. Now that Walt Disney's dead, like, we're just gonna, like, change. Like, not cool. So anyways, the thing I really don't like about this movie is that it creates like 2 parallel timelines. Because this movie doesn't go forward in time to like back where Cinderella fits the slipper. It just like, it all resolves and they just like move forward. Not cool, because there's still this other timeline where Cinderella was the actual one who fit the slipper. So you have these two parallel timelines. It's kind of like Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. You just don't do that. It drives fans nuts and crazy because you don't create two timelines. You don't mess with time.
Don't do it.
We learned from Back from the Future.
Yes.
So, but this movie, I don't know, it's actually okay. I watched it with my niece, and she liked it, and I liked it because I was watching it with her. Like, I'd hate to be seen watching this, I guess, like, by myself and have, like, people walk in and be like, ugh. Sorry.
I have Marissa. She has her niece, you know.
So this is a really good one if you have children or if you have nieces and nephews. It's a good one. And hey, if you're a Cinderella fan, more power to you. It's good. Second one, not so good.
No. One other thing that really bugged me about this movie is that this is one of the only movies that, you know, they give an actual voice to the prince for an extended period of time. And as I was watching it, it was driving me insane. I had to know who this voice was because it's like I knew this voice. This is very like ingrained in my head with a specific face, and it does not match this face. And then I realized it's Eric from The Little Mermaid.
Prince Eric?
Prince Eric. Two princes have the same voice? That's not allowed either. What are they doing?
Disney, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Not good.
It drove me insane. Like, why? Oh, man.
The Cinderella 3-disc combo pack, Cinderella 2, Cinderella 3, obviously they realized that no one was ever going to buy this movie, so they had to pair it with this movie. Not good? Okay.
So basically, as far as features go, Disney is famous for, you know, knowing who's going to be buying these movies and not really packing it with anything. So
they know the people buying this movie are moms with kids at the grocery store, and their kids are like, ooh, gimme, gimme, gimme. And the mom's like, okay, it's $5, let's get it in there, you know. It's just a cheap sequel, so Disney puts no effort into these direct-to-video releases. Come on, these are animated films. I know there were storyboards for these, okay? Your animation, you can't do animation without storyboards. I know there were some cut scenes or alternate storylines. I know that you had to design new characters. Come on.
Yeah.
There's nothing on this DVD. There's, like, they don't even care. They're like, there's no making of, which I understand. Disney really realized that no one was interested in the making of Cinderella 2, because I'm not even quite sure if it was made in this country. So
probably not.
There was a very special feature called Becoming a Princess. So this is at Disneyland, and they essentially take a small girl and they turn her into a princess for the day. It very much reminds me of that Full House episode. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Where the Tanners go to Walt Disney World?
Yes.
And Michelle, like, they all rub the lamp to see who gets picked.
Yes, the lamp. I always wanted to do that.
And Michelle gets to be picked to be a princess for the day. She gets to go on this big parade. I was always really bummed because I always went to Disneyland when I was little, and they never had that giant lamp anywhere.
I want that one.
I don't know if it's still at Disney World because that is bomb. Okay. I mean, the lamp has nothing to do with Cinderella, so I understand why they wouldn't have this girl randomly like rub a lamp, because it has nothing to do with anything. They could have had a fairy godmother just appear. Maybe they did do that. I actually didn't watch it. There's also a feature about the making of the music of this movie, which, who cares? Like, no one cares about the music in this. Who knows? This probably was someone's first gig in the industry being a composer, and 10 years from now, they're going to be some famous, like, Alan Menken type, and I'm going to feel really foolish for making fun of them, because we're going to be like, oh, they're in Cinderella 3, that was a classic.
That's where they got their wings.
But right now, not so much. So those are the features. They're not very good.
Yeah. So all in all, we give the movie and the Blu-ray and in all of its glory a grand old total of 2 stars and maybe 2.5. Maybe.
Slightly better.
So in general, we're gonna just say skip it.
Skip it.
Unless you have little kids between the ages of 5 and 8. You know, that's about the time they'll say, ooh, gimme, gimme, gimme.
So if you do really want to buy this, go down to our link at the bottom. It really helps support the show, and we love when you click on our link. We love it. And don't forget to check out the rotoscopers.com. That is our website where we talk about all the animation news, reviews, and just have a plain old good fun time doing it. That's also where you can find our podcast, the Animation Addicts Podcast. The Animation Addicts Podcast is awesome.
It's so much fun.
It's me, Chelsea, and our co-host Mason, and it's just a giant nerdy geek fest.
Yeah.
Like, we're quoting movies, we're talking, we're just laughing, we're giggling. So it's serious, but not so serious, and it's really fun, and we love doing it. You should check it out.
Check it out. So until next time, we are the Rotoscopers.
Is it on?
Yeah, it's on.
My name is Melissa Lee Robson. I love this movie.
Yay!